Good evening. I'm Karen Middleman, Executive Director of the Vermont Arts Council. On behalf of the Arts Council, the National Endowment for the Arts, and the Poetry Foundation, I'm delighted to welcome you to the 16th Annual Vermont Poetry Out Loud Showcase and Competition. At the Arts Council, it's our practice to begin all public events with a land acknowledgement. We recognize that the land we all stand on here tonight is the traditional unsurrendered territory of the Abenaki people. The Abenaki are one of 5 Wabanaki nations who have been here in Vermont since time immemorial. We recognize their history, their ancestors, and their continued presence here. I am so grateful to each of you who has decided to come together tonight in this temporary online community to honor and celebrate and support the incredible young people in your lives. I especially want to thank the teachers who somehow, in the midst of an incredibly challenging year, have found the time, the resources, and the creative energy to devote themselves to their students and to poetry. Thank you. Most of all, I want to thank the students who have brought us together this evening. I know that each of you summoned incredible courage, inspiration, and commitment as you selected, memorized, and practiced over and over again works of poetry that have special meaning to you. And I think that every year Poetry Out Loud reminds me that those 3 ingredients, inspiration, courage, and commitment, are so vital to our own personal well-being and to our shared well-being as a community. We all need the arts and the passion, inspiration, courage, and commitment that the arts give us now more than ever to move forward from this particular moment. So students, if there's a moment as you were practicing and reciting your poems when you wondered, why did I decide to do this? Please know you have given us a gift tonight by bringing us together to celebrate and honor you and to enjoy the beauty and inspiration of poetry. Thank you. And now it is my great pleasure to introduce our host for tonight. Andy Butterfield is a key part of the Vermont Poetry Out Loud team. He's also had a presence in some of Vermont's biggest stages, appearing in Middlebury Actors Workshop productions and with Vermont Stage. He's currently the Marketing and Communications Director for Weston Playhouse. Andy, take it away.
Thank you, Karen. Since 2005, Vermont Poetry Out Loud has supported schools, teachers, and students with bringing poetry and recitation into classrooms across the state. Together, we have given students the opportunity to find, develop, and share their voices through poetry. And we have brought students together physically to connect with their peers and to stand before them, all alone, on a stage, and deliver a poem. We have all faced extraordinary challenges this year, and it is not surprising, but unfortunate, that we are not able to gather physically tonight. We cannot stand on a stage in front of a quieted audience and offer our voices, our poems, and ourselves. We cannot hear the applause, the audience's appreciation of our work, nor can we see the smiles or feel a pat on the back from one of our peers. When looking at the challenges and opportunities ahead of our nation at this year's presidential inauguration, poet Amanda Gorman said, "And so we lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us." So tonight, what stands before us are 16 high school students from across Vermont who will bring us together through poetry recitation, a very personal and effective way of connecting us with beauty, ideas, struggles, imagery, and to one another. This is still the essence of Poetry Out Loud. That said, we have 2 ways you can give a virtual pat on the back to these talented competitors. First, there's a comment box on the lower right-hand side of your screen. You may contribute your own comment there and track others' comments throughout the night. Also, below the video feed, you will see a row of emoticons. You may click the clap icon to applaud a recitation, or click on the laugh icon to laugh along with some well-delivered humor. So feel free to extend your congratulations, share your joy with fellow competitors, or share some lines that resonate with you tonight. Tonight's Poetry Out Loud event is part of a larger national competition that encourages students in grades 9 through 12 to explore great poetry through memorization and recitation. The winner tonight will go on to represent the state of Vermont at the national competition in Washington, D.C., and will compete for up to $20,000 in prize money. Our state champion, whom we will reveal later tonight, will receive a $200 award. The champion school library will receive $500 for the purchase of poetry books and related materials. The runner-up will receive a $100 prize, and $200 will go to their school library. The talented young people you will meet tonight submitted 3 recitation videos to this competition. We will show you one. It may not be their best or their favorite, but we don't have the rights to broadcast all the poems submitted to us tonight. Judges met earlier this month to review and score each of these submissions. In addition to the recitations, tonight we will reveal the names of the 5 students with the highest combined score. We will then announce which of those 5 students will be the runner-up and our 2021 Vermont State Champion. The recitations were scored in 6 categories: physical presence, voice and articulation, dramatic appropriateness, level of understanding, overall performance, and accuracy. This year's judging panel is composed of 7 Vermont poets and performers. Let's meet a couple of them now.
My name is Tina Escaja, and I am Distinguished Professor of Spanish and Gender and Women's Studies at the University of Vermont. As a poet, I have published 5 books and several digital works, including a series of robot poems, Poets, as you can see here, where robotics intersects with poetry. This is a picture of 2 of my insect-like robots that can interact with humans and with each other through electronics and poetry. I want to take this opportunity to encourage all of you to enjoy this experience and keep a strong connection with poetry in its myriad of possibilities.
Hello, my name is Frances Canon. I'm one of the judges for this event, and I wanted to introduce myself. I'm a writer of various genres, poetry included, also fiction, nonfiction, graphic literature. I have a few books out in those genres, and I won't go into it here, but a graphic memoir, a book of illuminated literary translation, several poetry chapbooks, and some hybrid visual poetry. So I'm out there. I'm also a teacher. I teach currently at 3 schools, which is a lot. And particularly during the pandemic, it's been a challenge, but also very rewarding because I get to do events like this. So I have witnessed some really amazing oral poetry talent so far, and I look forward to participating in and witnessing the other aspects of this event. So good luck to the poets, and I really am enjoying all of this. So thanks.
You'll meet the rest of our judges later in the program. Some of our judges may be dropping into the chat box tonight. Again, we encourage you all to use the chat box to cheer for your loved ones, cheer on a stranger, tell us what poems and poets move you. Our first contestant tonight is Owen Binlecki from Bellows Free Academy, St. Albans.
1969 by Alex Dimitrov. The summer everyone left for the moon, even those yet to be born, and the dead who can't vacation here, but met us all there by the veil between worlds. The #1 song in America was in the year 2525, because who has ever lived in the present when there's so much of the future to continue without us? How the best lover won't need to forgive you and surely take everything off your hands without having to ask, without knowing your name, no matter the number of times you married or didn't. Your favorite midnight movie, the cigarettes you couldn't give up, wanting to kiss other people you shouldn't, and now to forever be kissed by the earth, in the earth, with the earth. When we all briefly left it to look back on each other from above, shocked by how bright even our pain is, running wildly beside us like an underground river, and whatever language is good for, a sign, a message left up there that reads, "Here men from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon July 1969 AD. We came in peace for all mankind, then returned to continue the war."
Next is Hazel Kinnersly from Brattleboro Union High School.
Sonnet 18, Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day, by William Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime, too hot, the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou grow'st. So long as men can breathe and eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee.
Up next is Irén Hangen Vázquez from Burr and Burton Academy.
Caminitos by Carmen Tafoya. The pathways of my thoughts are cobbled with mesquite blocks and narrow winding, long and aged like the streets of San Fernando de Bejar y la Villa Real de San Antonio. Pensive y callados, cada uno con su chiste, idiosyncrasy, crazy turns that are because they are, centuries magic. Cada uno hecho así, y with a careful capricho touch, así. They curl slowly into ripples, earthy and cool like the Rio Medina under the trees. Silently singing, standing still, and flowing, becoming, became, and always as always, still fertile, laughing, loving, alivianada, Rio Medina under the trees, celebrating life. They end up in the monte, chaparral, llenos de burrs, spurs, pero libres, running through the hills, free foot con aire azul. Blue breaths, peacefully taken between each slope. Remembering venado, remembering conejos, remembering where we came from.
Next is Mary Amsbary from Champlain Valley Union High School.
Grief by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. I tell you, hopeless grief is passionless, that only men incredulous of despair, half-taught in anguish through the midnight air, beat upward to God's throne in loud access of shrieking and reproach. Full desertness, in souls as countries lieth silent bare, under the blanching vertical eye glare, of the absolute heavens. Deep-hearted man, express grief for thy dead in silence like to death, most like a monumental statue set in everlasting watch and moveless woe. Touch it. The eyelids are not wet. If it could weep, it could arise and go.
Next is Lilith Demers from Hazen Union High School.
A Boat Beneath the Sunny Sky by Lewis Carroll. A boat beneath a sunny sky, lingering onward, dreamily, in an evening of July. Children three that nestle near, eager-eyed and willing ear, please the simple tale to hear. Long is pale that sunny sky, echoes fade and memories die. Autumn frosts have slain July. Still she haunts me, phantom-wise, Alice moving under skies, never seen by waking eyes. Children yet the tale to hear, eager-eyed and willing ear, lovingly shall nestle near. In a wonderland they lie, dreaming as the days go by, dreaming as the summers die. Ever drifting down the stream, lingering in the golden gleam. Life, what is it but a dream?
Throughout the show tonight, we will announce the names of the top 5 scoring students in no particular order. At least one of the students we just heard from is in the top 5, maybe more. I'd like to let one of those students off the hook and reveal their name right now. Congratulations to Irén, Hangen, and Vázquez from Burr and Burton Academy. You are in the top 5. The rest of you, hang in there. I may yet call your name. All right, let's jump back into some more recitations. Our next contestant tonight is Nuala Dougherty from Mount Mansfield Union High School.
Chord by Stuart Diebeck. A man steps out of sunlight, sunlight that streams like grace, still gaping at blue sky, staked across the emptiness of space, into a history where shadows assume a human face. A man slips into silence that began as a cry, still trailing music, although reduced to the sigh of an accordion as it folds into its case.
Next is Greta Alexandra-Parker from Rice Memorial High School.
How to Triumph Like a Girl by Limon. I like the lady horses best. How they make it all look easy. Like running 40 miles per hour is as fun as taking a nap or grass. I like their lady horse swagger after winning. Ears up, girls, ears up. But mainly, let's be honest, I like that they're ladies. As if this big, dangerous animal is also a part of me. That somewhere inside the delicate skin of my body, there pumps an 8-pound female horse heart, giant with power, heavy with blood. Don't you want to believe it? Don't you want to lift my shirt and see the huge, beating, genius machine that thinks, no, it knows it's going to come in first?
Next is Molly Allen from South Burlington High School.
Little Girl by Tammy Holland. She's with Grandma in front of Grandma's house, backed by a willow tree, gladiola, and roses. Who did she ever want to please? But Grandma seems half pleased and annoyed. No doubt Mother frowns behind the lens, wants to straighten this sassy face. maybe laughs too. Little girl, with her mouth wide, tongue out, yelling at the camera. See her little white purse full of treasure, her white sandals. She has things to do, you can tell. Places to explore beyond the frame. And these women, picking flowers and taking pictures. Why won't they let her go?
Up next is Emily LaRose from Spalding High School.
My partner wants me to write them a poem about Sheryl Crow by Caleb Ray Condrilli. But all I want to do is marry them on a beach that refuses to take itself too seriously. So much of our lives has been serious. Over time, I've learned that love is most astonishing when it persists after learning where we come from. When I bring my partner to my childhood home, it is all bullets and needles and trash bags held at arm's length. It is my estranged father's damp bed of cardboard, and cigar boxes filled with gauze and tarnished spoons. It is hard to clean a home, but it is harder to clean the memory of it. When I was young, my father would light lavender candles and shoot up. Now, my partner and I light a fire that will burn all traces of the family that lived here. Black plastic smoke curdles up, and loose bullets discharge in the flames. My partner holds my hand as gunfire rings through the birch trees. Though this is almost beautiful, it is not. And if I'm being honest, my partner and I spend most of our time on Earth feeding one another citrus fruits and enough strength to go on. Every morning, I pack them half a grapefruit and some sugar, and they tell me it's just sweet enough.
Thank you to those students for your recitations. I'd like to turn back to the judges for just a moment.
Hello, my name is Shantali Gander, and I'm a writer, a photographer, and a journalist. I write poetry and prose. I've been writing since I was a teenager, and it was one of the main ways that I discovered that I could have a bridge into the world through words. And it was also a way that I knew that I could say what I couldn't say in my home growing up. I have poems that are published. I also have a book coming out called Ghetto Claustrophobia, Dreaming of Mama While Trying to Speak Woman in Woke Tongues. And I just want to say, have fun with words, let them live inside of you, and remember to just enjoy. And good luck. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Bianca Stone. I'm a poet and visual artist. I live in Brandon, Vermont. I do a lot of work combining text and image together into a little crazy genre called poetry comics. But mostly I love writing poetry, and I'm really excited to hear your recitations.
Thank you, judges. Now let's jump back into the final set of recitations. Our next contestant tonight is Gavin Gafuri from St. Johnsbury Academy.
Cathedral of Salt by Nick Flynn. Beneath all this, I am carving a cathedral. The salt. I keep the entrance hidden. No one seems to notice the hours I'm missing. I'll bring you one night. It's where I go when I hang up the phone. Neither you nor your soul is waiting for me at the end of this. I know that. The salt's nearly clear. After I chisel out the pews, the see-through altar, the opaque panes of glass that depict the stations of our cross. Here is the day we met. Here is the day we remember we met. The air down here will kill us, some say. Some wear paper masks, some still imagine the air above the green trees, thick with bees building solitary nests out of pellets. What's the name for this? Ineffable? The endless white will blind you, some say, but what is there to see we haven't already seen? Some say it's like poking a stick into a river. You might as well simply write about the stick or the river. Thank you.
Next is Benji Richards from Stratton Mountain School.
Snow Day by Billy Collins. Today we woke up to a revolution of snow. Its white flag waving over everything. The landscape vanished. Not a single mouse to punctuate the blankness. And beyond these windows, the government buildings smothered. Schools and libraries buried. The post office lost under the noiseless drift. The paths of trains softly blocked. The world fallen under this fall. In a while, I will put on some boots and step out like someone walking in water. And the dog will porpoise through the drifts, and I will shake the laden branch, sending a cold shower down on us both. But for now, I am a willing prisoner in this house, a sympathizer with the anarchic cause of snow. I will make a pot of tea and listen to the plastic radio on the counter, as glad as anyone to hear the news that the Kitty Corner School's closed, the Ding Dong School closed, the All Aboard Children's School closed, the Hi Ho Nursery School closed, along with, some will be delighted to hear, the Toadstool School, the Little School, Little Sparrows Nursery School, Little Stars Preschool, Peas and Carrots Day School, the Tom Thumb Child Center, all closed. And, clap your hands, the Peanuts Play School. So this is where the children hide all day. These are the nests where they letter and draw, where they put on their bright miniature jackets, all darting and climbing and sliding. All but a few girls, whispering by the fence. And now I am listening hard, in the grandiose silence of the snow, trying to hear what those three girls are plotting. What riot is afoot? Which small queen is about to be brought down?
Up next is Eloise Silver Van Meter from Thetford Academy.
Author's Prayer by Ilya Kaminsky. If I speak for the dead, I must leave this animal of my body. I must write the same poem over and over. For an empty page is the white flag of their surrender. If I speak for them, I must walk on the edge of myself. I must live as a blind man who runs through rooms without touching the furniture. Yes, I live. I can cross the streets asking, "What year is it?" I can dance in my sleep and laugh in front of the mirror. Even sleep is a prayer. Lord, I will praise your madness. And in a language not mine, speak of music that wakes us. Music in which we move. For whatever I say is a kind of petition. And the darkest days must I praise.
Thank you for those great recitations. Let's hear from the last of our judges.
Peace all. Rajni Edens here. I am a poet and author of Their Names Are Mine. I use my poetry to confront white supremacy and to affirm common humanity. I'm very excited and pleased to hear your pieces recited and just want to offer a positive affirmation and encouragement to continue to grow in your craft and shine your light because the world is in dire need of it. So keep shining. Looking forward to all of your sharings. Peace now.
I would also like to recognize Morgan Irons, who judged for accuracy. Morgan is an important part of our Poetry Out Loud team. Thank you, Morgan. Remember, each student submitted 3 recitation videos for adjudication. Now, 2 more students will join our list of top 5 competitors, making up 3 of the 5 students with the highest combined scores. And we're calling their names in no particular order. We've already called the name of Irén, Hangen, Vázquez from Burr and Burton Academy. Joining them in the top 5 is Greta Alexandra-Parker from Rice Memorial High School and Gavin Ghafouri from St. Johnsbury Academy. Let's jump back into our final group of recitations. Our next contestant tonight is Thelonious Shores from U32 Middle High School.
The Abandoned Farmhouse by Ted Kooser. He was a big man, says the size of his shoes, on a pile of broken dishes by the house. A tall man, too, says the length of his bed in an upstairs room. And a good, God-fearing man, says the Bible with a broken back, on the floor below the window dusty with sun. But not a man for farming, says the fields cluttered with boulders and a leaky barn. A woman lived with him, says the bedroom wall papered with lilacs and the kitchen shelves covered in oilcloth. And they had a child, says the sandbox made from a tractor tire. Money was scarce, say the jars of plum preserves and canned tomatoes sealed in the cellar hole. And the winter's cold, say the rags in the window frames. It was lonely here, says the narrow country road. Something went wrong, says the empty house in the weed-choked yard. Stones in the field, says he was not a farmer. Steel-sealed jars in the cellar hole say she left in a nervous haste, and the child, while its toys are strewn in the yard like branches after a storm. A rubber cow, a rusty tractor with a broken plow. A doll in overalls. Something went wrong. They say.
Next is Gary Zhu from Vermont Academy.
Bereavement by William Lyle Bowes. Whose was the gentle voice that, whispering sweet, promised methought long days of bliss sincere? Soothing it stole on my deluded ear, most like soft music that might sometimes cheat thoughts dark and drooping towards the voice of hope, of love and social scenes. It seemed to speak of truth, of friendship, of affection meek, that, oh, poor friend, might to life's downward slope lead us in peace and bless our latest hours. Ah, me, the prospect saddened as she sung, loud on my startled ear, the death bell rung. Chill darkness wrapped the pleasurable bowers, whilst horror, pointing to your breathless clay, no peace be thine, exclaimed, away, away.
Next is Adelie Tebbets from Vermont Commons.
This is The Coming Woman by Mary Weston Fordham. Just look, 'tis 6:15, love, and not even the fires are caught. Well, you know I must be at the office, but as usual, breakfast'll be late. Now hurry and wake up the children and dress them as fast as you can. Poor dearies, I know they'll be tardy. Dear me, what a slow pokey man. Have the tenderloin broiled nice and juicy, have the toast browned and buttered all right, and be sure you settle the coffee, be sure that the silver is bright. When ready, just run up and call me. At 8 to the office I go, lest poverty grim should o'ertake us. 'Tis bread and butter, you know. The bottom from stocks may fall out, my bonds may get below par, then surely I seldom could spare you a nickel to buy a cigar. Already, now while I'm eating, just bring up my wheel to the door, then wash up the dishes, and mind now, have dinner promptly at 4. For tonight is our women's convention, and I am to speak first, you know. The men veto us in private, but in public they shout, that's so, bye, in case of a rap, love. Before opening the door, you must look, oh, how could a civilized woman exist without a man cook?
Next is Grace Brink from Williamstown Middle High School.
April Midnight by Arthur Symonds. Side by side through the streets at midnight, roaming together through the tumultuous night of London in the miraculous April weather, roaming together under the gaslight, day's work over. How the spring calls to us here in the city, calls to the heart from the heart of a lover. Cool the wind blows fresh on our faces, cleansing, entrancing after the heat and the fumes and the footlight, where you dance and I watch your dancing. Good to be here together, good to be roaming, even in London, even at midnight, lover-like in a lover's gloaming. You the dancer, and I the dreamer, children together, wandering lost in the night of London, in the miraculous April weather.
Thank you to all the students we've seen present tonight. What a great achievement it is to be among this talented group, and thank you to the teachers, family, and friends that have supported them. Each student will receive a certificate to mark this moment. Congratulations to you all. Now, there are 2 more spots available in our top 5. So, let's call out those names. Filling the final 2 spots are Molly Allen from South Burlington High School and Grace Brink from Williamstown Middle High School. Congratulations to our top 5. Before we announce tonight's winners, I'd like to send it over to Troy Hickman from the Vermont Arts Council. Troy?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Troy Hickman. I'm the Arts Education Programs Manager at the Vermont Arts Council. It's a pleasure to spend my evening with you all tonight. I'm here right now to announce this year's winners of the original Poetry Awards contest. We've partnered with the Brattleboro Museum and Arts Center's Scholastic Writing Award program for a second year, and our goal here is to recognize student poets from schools participating in Vermont Poetry Out Loud. I have the names of 4 students that are going to receive an award from the Vermont Arts Council this year. So, without further ado, congratulations to Samantha Aikman from Mount Mansfield Union High School for her poem Undone. Samantha was recognized in last year's contest as well. Congratulations to Brooks Balkin from South Burlington Union High School for his poem One Night in the Barn. Congratulations to Talia Gibbs from Vermont Common School for her poem Fun Size. And congratulations to Beniamino Nardine from Harwood Union High School for his poem That Which Darkens. Generally, thank you to everyone, students, teachers participating in tonight's competition showcase. I've delighted in receiving and watching all of the submissions from the students this year. It's a very special year, and thank you. Thank you very much for being a part of it.
And so, this is the big moment. Thank you again to everyone that participated. I don't think I need to remind everyone about the courage that it takes to share yourself in this way. Quickly, our top 5 finalists are Grace Brink from Williamstown Middle High School, Molly Allen from South Burlington High School, Irén Hangen Vázquez from Burr and Burton Academy, Greta Alexandra-Parker from Rice Memorial High School, and Gavin Gaffouri from St. Johnsbury Academy. I'll now call the name of this year's runner-up, whose combined score for all 3 recitations was second only to 1. This year's runner-up is Gavin Gaffouri from St. Johnsbury Academy. And the 2021 Vermont Poetry Out Loud State Champion, who will represent the state of Vermont at the national competition and compete for more prize money, is Irén Hangen Vázquez from Burr and Burton Academy. Congratulations, and thank you to everyone who contributed to the success of this year's Poetry Out Loud competition. The teachers, students, coaches, parents, volunteers, judges, and to those organizations that partnered with the Vermont Arts Council to bring the program to the students of our state, including the Poetry Foundation, the National Endowment for the Arts, and Vermont PBS. Once again, congratulations to all of tonight's contestants. Thank you, and good night.